know. So in Sarasota County, we have a lot of new construction, and that's why I say that.
Okay.
So buy something that's older as opposed to buying something that's newer.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
We have so much new construction, but I mean, a lot of it is above, average for a lot of people. So
Right.
buy something that's older and it's been sitting there and, remodel it on your own, do it on your own. Don't wait for those prices to go down because I don't believe those prices are going down.
Welcome to the Homebuying Podcast with Marat from the Lending Group. Agents grab insights from top industry leaders, explore best practices, and redefine success. Stay ahead, stay informed, and take your real estate career to the next level with Marat. Now let's get started.
Hey guys, Marat here over at the Home Buying 101, and today I have Maria Domenech here with us. She is a Sarasota area agent, and just like any county in Sarasota, there's a low inventory, and we'll just spend a little bit of time talking about how we can win some deals, what we can do, and what Maria thinks is the best option. Welcome, Maria. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. So tell us a little bit about you. What makes you an awesome agent? How is it that you're successful?
How am I successful?
How'd
I
you
think
get
I'm
here?
very personable.
Okay.
Very personable. It's not like it's just, it's not just a sale. I actually do care about my clients. I care about them getting the best deal, stuff like that. So I think that makes a huge, huge difference.
Okay. Awesome. How'd you get to Florida, Sarasota? Were you
How
born?
did I get to Florida? So I'm originally from Boston,
Okay.
and I was honestly extremely tired of the snow. I hate the snow. I hate the cold. And so I think it was 2015, and we kept getting those storms and blizzards.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to be a college director. So my in front of my office, there was like this window, and it had like this big pile of just this snowbank. And my husband went home, and my husband was like, "So do you still want to move to Florida?" And I was like, "Yes." He goes, "What do you need to do in order to move?" And I was like, "Transfer." So I went into the office the next day before he could even like change his mind. I was like, "Before this man changes his mind, I have to do this." So he was like, "So you put in your transfer?" And I was like, "Yes, I did." So we're moving, right? And he's like, "Yes, we have to go. You did that already." I was like, "Yeah, okay."
Wow,
So
that's
that's like, so I got here in 2015.
okay. And were you in real estate in Boston or?
I was not. I was a college director, so I was in higher education.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure that experience translated well into real estate because a lot of buyers need to be educated, huh?
Well, no, it didn't. That's not how it actually went into real estate.
All
So
right.
I was in the admissions department.
Okay.
So I actually would interview students and get them into the school, which is honestly the same thing that I do now. It's just a different product.
I see. Okay. Okay.
Instead of getting into school, I'm getting into a home.
Yeah, no, for sure. Both very important decisions
Yeah.
in the life altering events for
It,
people.
it was actually pretty amazing. I feel like because it was always a passion.
Right.
I was just like, oh my God, I'm just gonna leave my job, what I went to school for, and what I'm getting paid for like weekly to just do commission. So that was a big, and finally I was like, I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah, I'm sure that was a big leap of faith not having that.
It was. Yeah, it was.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I'm glad that you made it and you're helping tons of people. So that's even that's even better for everyone around. So tell me a little bit about the market you're in. What are you seeing? What trends are you seeing? Are you seeing more people moving into the area? Are local individuals buying, investors? What do you see so far?
So I work two counties. I work Sarasota County and Charlotte County.
Okay.
I see people still moving into Sarasota County, but we don't have a lot of inventory in Sarasota County.
Okay.
In Charlotte County, we do have some inventory, but we also have a lot of locals. And
Okay.
they're more hesitant about, buying right now. They're like, oh, the rates are high, we're not gonna do that, we're just gonna wait.
Gotcha. Okay, sounds good. And when people say that to you, and I always love to ask this question. Like, what's your opinion? Do you buy now? Do you hold off? What would you do? And tell me a little bit about, do you own yourself? Because people always ask that as well, and they want to know. It's one thing to say, hey, you should buy now, right? Because you get a commission. I have a loan closing, we get paid. That's how we get paid. But what do you do for yourself?
From experience, I would say buy now, and I literally bought in January.
And that was your primary residence you bought in January?
Yes, and a lot of people were just like, why are you buying now? Rates are so high. My whole thing was, you know what, rates may be high, but we don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. They may be higher, okay? So I'd rather buy now, sit on it for a little bit, and then, reinvest or refinance it. And I know I'll be better off than just holding off and waiting and not knowing.
Okay. And if you don't mind sharing with us, what rate did you get in January?
Well, in January, I got a 6.3.
6.3. Okay. And any idea how much equity you've gained, like 6-7 months, you think?
I have no idea. I haven't even looked.
Gotcha. And this is some of the talking points that I have, and I think it's very important, the cost of waiting. I just did an example for someone, and if you have a $500,000 house and you put 20% down at 6.5%, which is very close to what you got, your mortgage payment is $3,000.
Right.
Let's say all the gurus, everyone's right, and the rates are going to drop in the next year, and it'll be 5.5%, right? So if we do the same thing, that payment is $2,700. So you've saved $300 a month. But if you take a look historically, there's been like 3 clusters over the last 80 some years where real estate has gone down, right? 2008, I think 1921, and then pre-World War. Yeah, no worries. And then pre-World War II. So anyway, if we take the bare bones minimum, the average 3% appreciation, you're going to see on that $500,000 that you've gained $15,000 in equity, or you've added wealth to your home. So I always talk to people about that, and just like, hey, do you know if the rates are going down? To your point, no, you don't. But even if they do, what's the likelihood that you're still going to be able to get that house at $500,000? And how much equity will you lose?
Right.
So are you guys experiencing bidding wars in Sarasota County? Is it a seller's market? Has it shifted? Like, what do you?
I feel like it's shifted more into a buyer's market, because they're sitting a little bit. So you have a little bit of that leeway where you can actually negotiate.
Okay. And that's awesome.
Nice.
That's awesome. So are there a lot of properties, when you're saying sit a little bit, 30 days, 45, 60, 3, 5?
I would say about 30 days.
30 days. That's healthy. That's, historically, that's still very healthy, it's not 6 months or 7 months.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's actually not bad at all. I like it a lot, especially for, when you want to help a buyer. For example, when you want to, get seller's concessions or something like that, I always tell them, let's look at things that have been sitting on the market a little longer, and that way, we can negotiate that.
Okay, so that's an excellent point. So you guys are listening here, and if you're a buyer, and if you have if you're tight a little bit on the closing costs, and you need a little bit of seller concession, like Maria just mentioned, look at properties that have been on the market a little longer, because the seller may be willing to negotiate a little more, and you may be able to get some help there. Any other points like that? Any other kind of feathers in the cap that we can use if I'm a buyer? What would you recommend?
I think that's honestly like the biggest one. It's just, I understand, so it's there, maybe, or buying something that you may not like, that may need a little bit of work, but you make it yours.
Right.
Okay, so you put in, that elbow work or whatever, the elbow grease,
right.
But it's completely yours. You don't have to, pay above asking for something that's brand new if it's not in your budget.
Okay.
Still buy that property. You're still gonna be better off than not buying.
No, for sure. Are you seeing, what kind of inventory are you seeing enter the market? So, some of the other counties that I do business in, we're seeing a lot more homes that are being sold for people that are downsizing or God forbid, passed away or something like that. There's not a lot of newer homes, or recently remodeled homes hitting the market. Is that what you're seeing as well?
No, so in Sarasota County, we have a lot of new construction, and that's why I say that.
Okay.
So buy something that's older as opposed to buying something that's newer,
Mhm.
okay?
Okay.
We have so much new construction, but I mean, a lot of it is above, average for a lot of people. So buy something that's older and it's been sitting there and, remodel it on your own, do it on your own. Don't wait for those prices to go down because I don't believe those prices are going down.
Okay.
And a
And
lot of people are like, oh, we're waiting prices to go down. I don't see that happening. Like, if anything, I see them going up. And they do, like, weekly. They don't do a lot, but they do go up.
no, for sure. And I think so far year over year from 2022, the appreciation nationwide was like 5.8%. So I know it's not 20 or 15, 20 that we experienced in 21 and 20. But to your point, there's still 5.5% or 5.8% appreciation year over year. Awesome. And then if you're a seller and you're looking to list with you, what do you recommend? Do you list now? What?
I say list now. If your home is older, I always tell my clients, I'm like, okay, you have to be patient. It may sit there for at least 2 months.
Mhm.
Okay. Just because, especially because we have so much new construction and everybody's like, oh, we're moving to Sarasota County and we want a brand new house.
Right.
It may sit there for a little while. As long as it's priced correctly, you should be good. Just give it, I just ask that, just give it those 2 months and we should be okay.
Okay, perfect. And is there a lot of demand for the new construction? Are you seeing that? Let's say I'm a first time home buyer and or maybe
Yeah.
I'm moving, and I want a new house. What should I do? How should I approach that?
Well, I mean, I say always have an agent because a lot of like the bigger builders like D.R. Horton and Lennar, they will give you a lot of, seller's concessions. They'll help you with closing costs as long as you use their lender. Okay.
Mhm.
But in Sarasota County, we also have a lot of other builders that are not like those big builders.
Right.
Their prices are not going down. Their homes are absolutely gorgeous. Okay. And everybody wants those homes because they're not like $1 million or anything like that. They're at a good price range between 400 and 500. So I always tell them, yes, those are beautiful homes, but you can have another home just like that you can, maybe a little bit older and in time you can just remodel it. Because those homes, those builders are not going to go down in prices. You're not going to negotiate with them.
Yeah, no, for sure.
You're not gonna be like, hey, can you pay for the closing costs? No, because they're so high in demand right now in this county that it's not gonna happen.
Awesome. All right. And then, I know you're bilingual too, so I forgot to mention that. How has that helped you? Tell me, how does that translate?
So being like in Southwest Florida, we do have a lot of Latinos here.
Right.
A lot of them don't speak English, which is great for me. I get to help them. They're like, oh my God, you speak Spanish. I'm like, yes, I speak Spanish. So they're like, I just love it. It's great. I don't like the part though when I actually have to talk to the lender. And I'm like, geez, I have to translate this whole thing. I'm like, how do you say that?
Yeah, no, sometimes it is a challenge. Luckily, on my team, I also have a Spanish speaker, so it does help.
Your verbiage is just different. It's just like, I don't know. Hold on, give me just one sec.
Yeah,
I'm gonna call them and find out for you.
let me Google it or Chat GPT it.
No, I mean, I usually reach out and I'm like, okay, so wait, how do you say this? Because yes, I am bilingual, but I was born and raised here. So some words are a little bit challenging for
Yeah.
someone who just speaks fluent Spanish.
Yeah.
Like fluent.
Yeah, and
But
some of them are techno kind of lingo,
yeah,
the mortgage lingo, and that doesn't always translate from one language to another. So
that,
that totally makes sense.
yeah.
Awesome. Well, is there anything else you'd love to share with us and kind of any tidbits that we should take away?
Definitely buy now. I know rates are a little bit high. Just sit it out and then eventually just refinance it. That's the best advice I can give.
Awesome. Awesome. And finally, last but not least, how do we get a hold of you? How do we reach you? Are you on social media? I personally, I see you on TikTok all the time, but how do we get a hold of you?
Okay, so before we even say anything, my TikTok they're just more personal, okay? But you can go on Instagram, you can find me on Instagram. I also have a Facebook page, or you can just, Google me and find my Google page.
All right.
Maria Domenech.
Awesome. You might share your phone number? Do you have, or like, what's your Instagram handle?
My phone number is actually 978-204-3219.
Awesome. Well, listen, I appreciate you taking the time to speak with me. As always, very informative to hear from you, and I look forward to working with you.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thanks.
That's a wrap for today's Home Buying Podcast with Marat from the Lending Group. Real estate agents, keep thriving and stay ahead with expert guidance from Marat. Join us again next time, and together, let's build a successful real estate future.